baby, get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about the giant box. Yay! Okay. So, the first book that I have is Tender Morsels, which is by Margot Lanigan. And this is a story of a bear and a girl. I don't know, let me have a look, I can't remember. This is the story of a girl called Lyja who lives in a world which is kind of like heaven. It's very protected from evil and everything nasty. She has 2 children called Brenna and Udda, but they are suddenly thrust into a new way of living and they have to adapt to it when bears and nasty things tear down the walls to their heaven, and they kind of have to adjust to the real world. So I'm interested in this one, mainly for the cover. I'm not gonna lie, I did buy this mostly for the cover because it was one of those covers that just, it's very creepy but it's also very beautiful, and I like it because it's so different to a lot of the covers I've seen, so I just had to pick it up, and the fact that it sounded like it was kind of fantasy-esque sounds cool as well, so I'm definitely excited about this, and I don't think I've seen anyone review it, I can't remember, but I'm really interested. And the inside of this book is beautiful as well. So I've also got Vampire Academy, book number 1 by Rochelle Mead, because so many of you guys were saying that I really need to read this and I haven't read it, so I wanted to get it and find out what it's all about. It's set in a world where there's this girl called Lisa Dragomir, and she is a Morari princess, which is a vampire with a bond to the earth. And then she has a friend called Rose, who is her kind of protector, and it sounds like it's going to be really cool. I'm very excited. And I know that there are different types of vampire. There are like good ones and bad ones, so definitely interested. Haven't read anything vampire-esque since Twilight because I don't know, Twilight kind of ruined it a little bit for me with all the hype that surrounded it. So I've left it a few years between Twilight and this, so I really want to see what happens in this. Although The House of Night is actually also a vampire book, so yeah, vampires. See if I can get back into vampires and enjoy them again. Then we have Spirit Gate, which is by Kate Elliott, another female author. So this is all to do with Guardians, and the Guardians have sort of faded out of society. People haven't seen them for a while, and so then there are the Reeves, who patrol and represent the Guardian power. Ange and Mai, who are on the run, they are Outlanders, and one day they meet an unusual Reeve and they have a big adventure. So they've got to take on a horde of devouring evil. Sounds good. I'm excited by this. I've heard good things about Kate Elliott, so I'm definitely going to hopefully give her a go and hope that she's a really good writer and I've discovered a new favourite. That's my hope. We will have to see. Next we have Black by Ted Dekker. I absolutely adore this cover, I have to say. It's just green and then the word black in black, which is so cool. This is a series which is called Black and then Red and then White, and it's meant to be really, really wonderful. I've heard nothing but good things about this. It says on the back that it is a story of evil, betrayal, rescue, love, pursuit of and death. And it's a terrorist threat unlike anything the human race has ever known. An evil has been unleashed on the earth, and an unstoppable force bent on destroying everything is going to take over, and typically only one little boy can save us, called Thomas Hunter, and he's been killed twice. Interesting. Sounds really cool. I definitely can't wait to read this. I think that this will be a little bit different to a lot of the high fantasy stuff that I usually read, and I want to find out if it's going to be awesome. Next I have Retribution Fools, which is by Chris Wooding. Again, I'm not gonna lie, this was a cover buy completely and utterly, because oh my goodness, how utterly gorgeous is that cover. There's this airship that has, it's so beautiful. I cannot even describe to you guys how much I am in love with this cover. It's got a little strap line on the front by Joe Abercrombie which says, "Retribution Fools picks you up, whisks you swiftly and entertainingly along, and sets you down with a big smile on your face." So that sounds very promising. I do like Joe Abercrombie a lot, and I think it will be really fun. It says on the back that it's involving rogues, heists and misadventures, and I cannot wait to read this. I think it's going to be really, really cool. So please do let me know if you've read this, and I would love to know what you thought of it if you have. So this is called Ranger's Apprentice, and this is book number 1 by John Flanagan. I'm very excited about this. I think this is a kids series, and it's all about a young boy called Will who wants to become a kind of trained soldier, but actually he becomes the Ranger's Apprentice, and he's kind of resentful about this fact, but then he suddenly realises that actually there is more to being a ranger than he first thought, and he kind of discovers why being a ranger is a good thing. So this is a very, very short book, just over 200 and something pages, so not very long at all, so I should be able to get through this one very, very fast, and I'm definitely interested by what it has to offer. So yes. Next we have The Disappeared, which is by C.J. Harper, and this is all about a guy called Jackson who is the top of his class, but suddenly one day a violent incident leaves him badly beaten and his friend dead. Suddenly everything goes wrong and his teachers claim that they don't actually know him and all of his files have been deleted. He doesn't exist anymore. Then he gets dumped into an academy where teachers are kept in cages and being a good fighter is all that matters. Jackson realises that he needs to adapt and fast, and he learns the Academy's terrible secrets. His whole life has been based on lies and that the leadership is corrupt and they're coming after him. Oh my goodness, this sounds so cool. I absolutely adore this cover. Look, it's all little faces and they make up one big one, which is so cool. So this sounds like it's going to be really, really cool. I don't know why the teachers are in cages, but that sounds flipping crazy, so I'm excited. I definitely want to know more about this series. Next I have The Broken Crown, which is the Sun Sword book 1. This is another one by a female author. This is by Michelle West. Again, this is one that was highly recommended by a lot of people, and I am definitely interested. It says that it's set in the Dominion of Anagar, where the games of state are about to become a matter of life and death, and the crown might be forced to go into a league with a treacherous ally who is called Torleone, ancestral seat of power, where Sarah Diora Maria di Marino, the most beautiful woman in the land, actually lives as well. I don't really know much about it from the blurb. It doesn't really give anything away, except that there are a couple of big powers who are going to need to ally themselves with one another and sort out their problems. But I love the cover, I think it's so beautiful, and I definitely am interested in this. So this came out in 1997 originally, and there are apparently 5 others in the series, so I'm definitely excited to start this, and it's quite a long book, but that's always a good thing. Please, if you have heard of this or read this, let me know about it. And the final book that I have is A Cavern of Black Ice, book number 1, which is Sword of Shadows, and this is by J.V. Jones. So I mainly got this one because I already had this one, which I picked up about a week and a half ago in the works for like £2 or £1, really cheap. And this is book number 3, so I wanted to pick up book number 1. But yes, I'm very excited to give this series a try. It's about a guy called Rafe Severance, and he and his brother return home after a vicious attack as the only survivors of their clan, and it sounds like it's going to be really, really cool, so I would love to hear what you guys have thought if you have read this series. Oh my god, guys, I don't think I can even pick up these books, like there are so many of them. Okay, let's give it a try. So guys, these are all of the books that I got. I have kind of managed to prop them up on my lap. It's a bit crazy, so yeah. Please do let me know which books you want me to read first. I'm really excited about all of them, as you guys can probably tell. Please let me know what you have read, what you've enjoyed, and what you want me to see and review very, very quickly. and I will see you all very, very soon in my next video. Bye! It's alright, only one fell. No, no, no!